Do you like huffing plastic fumes? I sure do. Today I wanted to talk about a toy line I loved growing up that just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. Noms, little scented animals you could stack to combine flavours. Now, if you don't know, toy lines are often hell to research, so I apologise in advance if I've missed anything. I made this mistake last April when I tried to write a Squinkies video, and after 2 hours of research, all I wrote about was that I like to chew them. Also, this is my advance warning, I will pronounce Noms wrong. You try saying it fast, it's not easy. Anyway, Noms were released in late 2015 by the toy company MGA Entertainment, who are behind so many popular toy lines like Bratz, Rainbow High, LOL Surprise, and Make It Miniverse. Shout out MGA for shaving a few years off my lifespan with all those resin fumes. Oh, and they also made Poopsie Slime Surprise.
Poopsie Slime Surprise! My poops.
How could I forget that? Anyway, Noms. Noms are made up of two kinds of toy, Noms and Noms. Noms are hard plastic bases, and Noms are like the foreskin that goes on top. I couldn't think of a better word for it, I'm sorry. In other words, Noms are made of flexible rubber and fit over the top of the Noms. Series 1 of Noms kept it simple. There were two categories of scents, cupcake and ice cream. Noms were either bears or rabbits, and there were two types of nom, motorised go-go noms and gloss-up noms, which would open up and had lip gloss inside. And then after that, the franchise kind of went off the rails. They started making savoury scents. I had some of these. They did not smell good. I mean, all of them had that slight cheap plastic smell, but some of the sweet ones were like crack. In particular, I remember having the Freezy Pops set, the brunch set, and the triple berry cupcake set, which I have particularly fond memories of because I remember buying them when I stopped off at Toys R Us in the middle of a really long car ride. And a bit of casserole lore for you. I get crazy bad travel sickness, and I felt so ill but I could not stop smelling them, even though it was making me feel worse. I was obsessed. Also, I'm so glad I postponed this video a week because look what I found. When I say found, I mean I dug it out of the bin when my family was having a sort out. Not my proudest moment. Like most kids' toys, Noms came in both blind boxes and blister packs. Series 1 had mystery packs that looked like yogurt pots and came in a truck display case. Peak design, if I do say so myself. There were also 6 different starter packs which came with 3 Noms, 1 Nom and 2 accessories in a matching theme. These were released alongside deluxe packs which came with 6 Noms, 2 Noms and 2 accessories, and Series 1 had one playset, the Go-Go Cafe. It's kind of like girly pop Hexbugs. Now, Noms was so successful because they came along during the scented products craze of the mid-2010s. Everyone was obsessed with Smentzels and scented squishies, which is why they went on to have like 9 series. And this is also the era where like toys aimed at boys were like fart and snot themed. I don't know if anyone else had these god-awful stink bugs toys, but they literally gassed out the whole house. Yeah, that was like the male equivalent of Noms, fucking toilet water scented. So yeah, in retrospect, burger flavoured Noms could be worse. Noms each had their own names, like Zesty Zoe, Willy Waffles, and Creamy Nanas. Creamy Nanas! In the following series, they went on to add way more gimmicks to the Noms, like stamps, erasers, nail polish, and light-up Noms, and they added savoury flavours like burgers and sushi, like I mentioned. The Noms also came in a wider variety of animals, including cats and dogs. Noms, for such a simple concept, turned into this whole franchise with a huge variety of toys. I can't go over them all because we'd be here all day, but I can guarantee at least once in your life you've seen an ASMR video of someone playing the lip gloss truck and felt a jealousy like no other. The advert for that was such a cool memory for me.
Noms, lip gloss truck. Noms, lip gloss coming up. One, big cherry or vanilla. 2, add glitter sprinkles on there. 3, pour it and swirl it and mix it all together. Lip gloss you can wear.
One other thing I thought was cool were like Anthro Noms, aka the mystery makeup line. I never had these, but like I'd collect them now if they weren't full of expired makeup. There was also the Shimmer playset where you can spin a Nom around and coat it in glitter, and I can't help but feel like whoever came up with this hated parents. Notably, Noms also had a series of animated shorts that went on for 4 seasons and had more than 50 episodes. It reminds me a lot of Canimals, if anyone watched that. And I've said this in other videos, but are you a kids franchise if you don't have Top Trumps in a magazine series? In 2017, a Num Noms spin-off line called Snackables was released, and they were a little controversial because they were in fact not snackable. Snackables kind of sounds like a product Mr. Beast would make that would give you lead poisoning. They were pretty reminiscent of today's toys with the random tiny bit of slime and excess plastic packaging and gimmicky way of getting the toys, which is like 99% of the fun, and the actual toys are just kind of tat. Num Noms Snackables were kind of like charms, like these would be great for DIY, they'd eat on a Decadent phone case, but as a toy, kinda just look like a choking hazard waiting to happen, especially considering the name. I'm especially not a fan of Snackables dippers, where the toy is just a stick with a face. Series 6 to 8 of Num Noms were branded as Num Noms Lights, and in my opinion, these were kind of a flop. I think the best part of the first few series was how many different types of nom you could get, like the lip gloss and the nail polish. And the light up ones were cool, but you were kind of getting the same thing over and over again, and it just kind of lost the excitement after a while. I can't pinpoint an exact date Num Noms were discontinued, they really did just disappear. But I assume it had something to do with lockdown because I don't recall ever seeing them again after that. I think the end of this brand can be accredited to the fact that they just weren't really made to last. After a while, the nums would start to warp and lose their shape. If you look up listings of Num Noms being sold online, you'll notice the majority of them just kind of look sad and deflated. And then lip gloss kind of gets a bit gross after a while, stamps and nail polish dry out, etc, etc. They also start to lose their smell after a while, so overall they just weren't really meant to be around long term. Then in 2024, last year, Num Noms completely rebranded. Is it even Num Noms anymore? Kind of, not really. Yummyland is a fashion doll line described on their website as such. Welcome to Yummyland, where 6 brave yummies team up to protect their incredible edible city with their lip gloss superpowers. I fucking hate girls' toys. Lip gloss superpowers? Why are we still doing this? Anyway, Yummyland evidently leaned into the lip gloss gimmick of Num Noms, which makes sense because it was the best part. Like, when I got a stamp nom instead of a lip gloss, I was pissed. Yummyland dolls come with a lip gloss tube and a scent and a colour you can add to it, seemingly inspired by the Num Noms lip gloss truck. And oh yeah, they have their own rebranded Yummyland lip gloss truck. There's also the Lip Gloss Pets line, which has its own Num Noms for the dolls, which double as lip glosses. And yes, they are described as Num Noms in canon, even though they're not really the same thing. MGA also sneak nods to Num Noms in their LOL dolls line. For example, the Candylicious doll has Num Noms as earrings. Not only is she stealing my brand, but she's one-upping me at it. I don't even have Num Noms earrings. And there's also Bon Bon, who has a Num Noms backpack. In between the discontinuation of Num Noms and the release of Yummyland came Secret Crush dolls, which I absolutely love, and they have a lot of similarities to the two lines. I don't see these around anymore, so I assume they were discontinued, probably either due to the fact that they don't stand on their own or the absolutely excessive amount of plastic waste. Recently, MGA has started releasing standalone Num Noms products under the Yummyland name, like this perfume kit, and I'm sure there'll be more to come in the future. Also, this is my formal apology to the accountfuckoff@gmail.com because MGA would literally not let me on their website unless I signed up for their rewards program. Also, it said the password fuckoff was found in a data breach recently, so you might want to change that. But yeah, Num Noms as a brand is still alive and kicking in a sense. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Even though it's been through a complete overhaul, Yummyland takes the best parts of Num Noms and puts a more modern spin on it. And when I say the best parts of Num Noms, I mean the lip gloss truck. I fucking love the lip gloss truck. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like if you have a creamy nana. Bye bye.